Hello everyone and welcome. It's summertime and that means vacation time. Instead of flying, my wife and I prefer driving or overlanding vacations where we can drive to our destination. We enjoy the drive and seeing everything that this great country has to offer. But unlike many people, we prefer to take our own food with us instead of eating out. It's cheaper and most importantly, it's healthier. I have several food allergies, so my menu choices are rather limited, and this is a great way to deal with that. So for many years, we've managed doing this by lugging around a cooler. The problem is that with coolers, you constantly have to be checking the ice to make sure that you don't run out of ice and the food doesn't get too warm and possibly make you sick. So after many years of looking around and thinking about it, I finally decided to get a full-on portable car fridge. This unit that we'll be looking at today looks and feels like a portable cooler, but in reality, it's a portable refrigerator and freezer. So if you've been looking for a highly adaptable and portable car fridge and freezer for taking on trips, stick around as I unbox and test this puppy. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has, but before we get started testing this guy, do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I do another product review video, DIY project, or a sale at a big box store where I can help you save more money. Alright, so this is the Wolfbox Dual Zone Portable Car Fridge and Freezer, available on their website, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this little guy retails for $589.99, but they do have an $80 discount coupon, making it even cheaper than that. The warranty on this guy is 1 year, and the dimensions on this guy are 23 inches in height by 26 inches in length by 17 inches in width. And I'll post images showing the internal dimensions so you know how big it is on the inside. So what do you get when you unbox this guy? Well, you get the fridge, you get 2 power cables, and you get the owner's manual telling you everything about this guy, how to take care of it, etc. And the power cables are so you can use it in your car on a 12 volt, or you can use it at home when you have it plugged in. This unit comes in 3 different sizes. You can get it in 39 quarts, 48 quart, or 58 quart, which is the one that I have here. Now this guy looks and feels just like a portable ice cooler, but in reality it's a full functioning fridge and freezer with wheels that you can easily roll around anywhere you want to go. This unit has dual zones, so you can adjust it as you wish. You can adjust the temperature from as low as -8 degrees Fahrenheit all the way up to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can set it to work as a fridge and freezer, or 2 fridges or 2 freezers, your choice. You can easily adjust the cooling for whatever it is that you're carrying, such as beverages, sandwiches, milk, meats, or vegetables. You can control this unit through the onboard control panel, or you can use the free downloadable app. The beauty of this unit is that it works on both 12 volt and 120, like I just mentioned a moment ago. So you can carry it around with you and have it plugged in your car as you travel, and then you can plug it in at your hotel whenever you arrive. Keep your food properly cooled and chilled at all times. This unit also has battery protection mode, where it will shut down if it senses the voltage on your car battery is falling too far. This will only happen if the fridge is left powered up in a vehicle that is not running. While the vehicle is running, this will never be an issue. This unit also has a quick chill feature where it will cool down the fridge from 86 degrees Fahrenheit, for example, all the way to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in about 25 minutes or less to prevent bacteria growth that can make you sick. This unit also is supposed to be very quiet at only 45 decibels, which is very comfortable for driving and having it near you, and I'll be testing this out in just a moment. This unit also has convenient features like sturdy lids that are removable and can be hinged from either side, an internal LED light so you can easily see what you're doing in the dark, and big wheels and handles so you can easily move it around anywhere you want to go. So this seems to be a very convenient portable car refrigerator that has all the features that my wife and I have been looking for. So let's take a little closer look at this guy and see how it performs. Alright guys, so let's take a little closer look at this unit and see all the features that it has. I already told you a lot about it, but let's take a little closer look at the features and so forth, and we'll see how it works and so forth. We'll do a little bit of testing for it. Now, I just plugged it in right now. You can see that both internal zones there are at 81 degrees Fahrenheit. So I have a timer set up right here, and I'm going to turn it on right now. and we're going to see exactly how long it takes to get down to proper chilled temperature, whatever it said, 32, whatever the temperature was that I said previously. We're going to check that and see how long it takes to get down to the proper temperature to keep your food cool, and that way it doesn't build up any bacteria. And you see on there, you see the two LED lights that I was pointing to previously, but it wasn't plugged in, so you couldn't see it. But you see now, it really lights up the inside of there very, very nicely. Those LEDs are bright. And by the way, the LEDs do turn off when you close the lid, so you don't have to worry about wasting energy or anything like that. It probably has some kind of sensor or something to it that tells it when the lids are closed. I won't say a mercury switch or something because that's kind of old-fashioned. But that's what we used to use in the old days, was a mercury switch. But there you go. You see the two different zones. Now let me close it so it can cool itself off properly. And what I was showing you previously, there you have cutouts for putting cups or sodas or something on there. And I was showing you previously that the lids on this are pretty strong. I mean, I can't dent it. I'm pushing in on it really hard, and I can't even get it to flex. They're really, really tough. I mean, my Coleman cooler, if I were to do that to it, press down on it like that, it'll cave in. It goes in. It'll flex back. It's flexible, but it won't hold up like this one did. So this is tougher than my Coleman cooler. And down there, let me get down here, and the motor is running right now. Can you hear it? I can't even hear it, and I'm right here next to it. I mean, I can feel it, but I can't hear it. That 45 decibels, man, that is quiet. I can feel the motor vibrating and air coming out of there, because these are the vents on both sides for the refrigerator motor to work. And like I said, you have two zones. You have this one that's deeper, and this one that's not as deep. And you can set up two different zones, refrigerator and freezer, two freezers, two refrigerators, whatever you want to do. You can use them both the same or separately. And let me show you the control panel. You can see right there the control panel. It's very easy to read, very easy to use. You're on off, and you have the two zones right there, and it tells you which one the zone is. So it's easy enough to understand. And then you just set up your up and down, and you can lock it at whatever temperature you want. You just have the set button right there, on, off, etc. So very convenient, easy to do, and it's right on the back here, right where you plug it in. Very convenient. So in other words, if you have this in a car, you have this control panel facing towards the back, towards the outside, where you're going to be doing most of the stuff, then it's very accessible. If you have the cooler sideways across the back of the vehicle, then you can access the stuff very conveniently, and this will be on the side. So either way, and you have some good strong handles. You see, everything is bolted in. It's not just like glued in place. It's bolted in, so it's very nice and sturdy. This guy is really a tough exterior, I must say. I mean, it's tougher than my Coleman. So I cannot say anything bad about it, really. And the handle, it is really beefy. I mean, good grip on there. You can lift it up. You can roll it around. You can move it, do whatever you want. Very good. And then this is also a handle here to lift it up. And this is a bottle opener. So you can open up, your adult beverages or your sodas or whatever you want using that. So that's fairly convenient right there. On the side over here, by the way, I was showing you earlier, you can have these doors open on either side. That's why you have the opening here to put your fingers in, because they're hinged on both sides. So if you don't like it on that side, you just flip it over and it works on this side. And you can alternate them since they both work separately. So you can have one over there, one over here, whatever works best for you. And there you have the venting for the motor there as well. And nice wheels, nice plastic wheels. They roll around very conveniently. So I'm going to check in a little while. Let's see. The temperature is dropping very nicely. I'm going to keep an eye on this, and then we'll come back in a few minutes and see how long it takes it to drop to the proper cooling. So we'll come back in a minute. All right, guys, so the cooler has been running for a while, and as you can see, it is down to the 32 degrees that it says that it'll get down to in about 25 minutes. And what are we at here? We're at about 23 minutes, so that's not too bad. It got down pretty much in the appropriate time that it said that it would do. So it did what it meant to do. And let's see, if you're curious, I did stop and put in some sodas in here if you wanted to see how much this side could hold. Obviously, I'm not going to pack it all with food, so I didn't pack anything on that side. But on this side over here, that is a full 12 pack right there. And that shows you that I could put another 12 pack on top of that with the can standing up. So basically 24, 27, somewhere in there with the can standing up. But if you lay them down, you could probably do like 3 12 packs. So that'll hold quite a bit with the cans laying down like that top one there. Standing up, obviously they take up a lot more room. But there you go. It did a nice job, and it even had to cool that down to reach the appropriate temperature. And you see that it still keeps cooling. And one other thing is also to point out about this is that the panel locks itself. You see right there the lock button? It'll lock itself after a few minutes of not being used. So that's so people don't tamper around with it. It doesn't get bumped around. Nothing happens to it. It is a touch panel. It is not buttons. You just touch it. It's capacitive touch. This right here tells you the voltage going into it. Not important for me right now because I have it on house current. But if you're in a vehicle, then that can be kind of important. And the M right there, it'll have, medium, low, and high. And that is not for temperature. That is for how much it maintains the battery on your car. In other words, is it low, medium, or high, how much power it's sucking from your battery or maintaining your battery so that it doesn't take too much and drain it. So that is how it senses the battery on your car. And it tells you basically if it's sucking a lot of power or not. You can set that right here on the control panel and on the app, and I'll show you the app in a moment. And by the way, also I have it on Fahrenheit. You can set it to Celsius as well if you want to do that. So that gives you a real quick rundown of that control panel and everything that that can do. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the Wolfbox app and get a little bit better acquainted with it. It's very, very easy, but as you can see, it's basically one page. That's all there is. What you're looking at right now, that is the entire app right there. There's nothing else to do to it. Everything is controlled right here. The convenience of this is that if you're traveling somewhere or you leave this in a room somewhere and you go on a hike or you go do something else, you can monitor what your refrigerator is doing from far away, and you can change the settings on here and do whatever it is that you want to do. Now, remember earlier that I said that the little cooler or refrigerator will lock itself after a few seconds, a minute, something like that, if you leave it unattended. So down here at the very bottom right there, you see the lock button. You have to unlock it every time you want to make a change. Otherwise, it'll tell you you have to unlock it first. It won't do anything. But if you go to the top of the page right there, you'll see the temperature that it's set at, whichever one you're looking at. Like right now, I have it on the left-hand side. You can see that highlighted. It's 38 degrees. If you go to the right side, that's 23 degrees. So it tells you, it's kind of redundant. It tells you in two places what the temperature is. Right next to that, it tells you voltage. That is the voltage that it's taking in, basically. Not important right now because I have it hooked up to house current, but it's running on 14.6 steady voltage. But if it was running from a vehicle battery, then it may be important. And that's where if you go to the bottom, right above the lock, you'll see right there, battery protection. Then you can set that to low, medium, or high. And that's kind of like a battery monitor where it checks the voltage coming in from the battery of your vehicle, and it will turn itself off or use less power so that it doesn't drain the battery of your vehicle. And that will only be important if you have the cooler or refrigerator running in your vehicle and you leave your vehicle unattended somewhere. In other words, let's say you go on a trail, you want to go hiking, and you leave the refrigerator running in the back of your vehicle and you turn the vehicle off. Obviously, you're not going to leave it running and walk away. So you turn your vehicle off, you lock it, and you go do a hike somewhere. And you're gone for, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it may be. Well, in that time, the cooler will decide, hey, wait a minute, is the battery getting a little too weak? Maybe I should turn myself off. So it does that so that you don't come back to a dead battery. It's made so it doesn't leave you stranded somewhere. So that's an important feature to have. Now, the temperature may start rising if you let it go for too long. That's something you have to be aware of. But it's made so that it doesn't drain the battery in your vehicle. So that's a cool feature right there. You don't want to come back to nice cold food, but a totally flat battery. That would be bad. But anyway, so right there you can see the two zones, like I said, and then you can make adjustments right here in the app, but you have to unlock it first. And right here, you see right there, I have the temperature setting right there. You can make it higher, you can make it lower. You just slide the little bar and you set it to wherever you want. You can switch it over to the other side and do pretty much the same thing. You just slide that little slider right there and you change the temperature on the zone. You see right there? That's a different zone, different temperature. And that's how easily you can control things. So whether you're away from the refrigerator or whether even if you're on a trip somewhere and the refrigerator is in the back of your SUV or whatever, or the back of your truck, whatever the case may be, and you're sitting in the front somewhere, you want to monitor and see what's going on, this app will help you do that. You don't have to stop and go back there to look at the control panel yourself. You just pull up the app and it'll tell you everything that's going on with the cooler, with the refrigerator. So that's very convenient right there. And if you need to make adjustments to make it colder, make it warmer, whatever you need to do, you can do it right on the app itself. So very convenient, does everything you need on a simple one-page app, and it's very quick and easy to download. I think it was like 30 megs, I forget. It's not very big at all. It downloaded in just a couple of minutes. So very convenient, very easy to use. There you go. That's the app right there. All right, guys, there you have it. So there's a quick rundown of all the features that this portable refrigerator, cooler, whatever you want to call it, will be able to do for you. Very nice unit, very compact, about the same thing as a normal cooler. I have a Coleman and an Igloo, and this guy's a little bit taller but narrower. The cooler that I have, the Igloo Coleman, I forget which one, I have several, will be a little bit longer, but a little bit shorter. So it's a trade-off because you have to have a space for the motor down there. But the good thing about it is that it doesn't take up any more room than a normal cooler would do. And it has infinite refrigeration. You don't need to worry about it getting too warm, running out of ice, the ice melting, any of that kind of stuff, especially if you're traveling in a hot car right now during the summer, during the hot months of the year. This guy will keep you totally informed, tells you everything that's going on a very convenient control panel, has LEDs so you can see everything that's going on, even if you stop somewhere in the middle of the night and it's dark, the LEDs on this guy will light up everything for you very easily, very convenient. And I can tell you from using several of these coolers and stuff, this one, compared to my other coolers, is very tough. It is really, really well built. So it seems like a solid investment as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to be testing this guy out for quite a bit, and I will inform you guys down the road, several months after using it for quite a while, if it holds up or if it does not hold up. So either way, I will definitely keep you guys informed. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for a nice refrigerator, cooler, freezer, whatever you want to call it, to use on camping, RVing, taking trips, overlanding, whatever you want to do, this is a real nice unit to take a look at. Check out the links below for all the information. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.